Hey everybody, welcome back to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name is Crystal. I'm a full-time working mom of 3 boys and we live in the great state of Texas. If you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the fun. And we're gonna do a little bit of budgeting stuff today and go over why my Monday doesn't look like my typical Monday. So if you're willing to do that and hang in there with me, stick around. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being back. You guys are amazing, and we're going to get into what I thought of the Happy Planner Budget Extension Pack. I'm going to show you guys a couple of new cash envelopes, and we're going to do a weekly check-in for the last week of February, which I thought was going to be my demise. Let's get going, guys.
We got time, but no money, but there ain't nobody stopping us. We got bills, but no dollars. But now we don't really give up, no we don't really give up. Living for the ray of light, life can be beautiful, life can be beautiful.
All right, so where to start? I think we're gonna start with the weekly check-in and just get it out of the way. I had talked to Chrissy from the Mom Life about where my focus is and how I'm framing things, because I feel like if I focus on the things that I don't have control over or that bring negativity in my life, that negativity spills over into the good things. So I'm going to choose to focus on the good things and the positive things and the things that I do have some control over and hope that those spill over into the other. So that being said, we're going to check in for the last week of February together, and I feel like I should probably have something a little bit stronger than coffee, but it's only my lunch hour, so for now, coffee it is. All right, so the last week of February, let's open up. For those of you that might be new here, this is my actual wallet. It is a Happy Planner Skinny Mini in a Happy Planner Skinny Mini purse. It looks like this, and I started recently for these videos to just take the wallet itself out, and I'm going to continue to do that because it seems to be working pretty well. And I use this little paper clip here that I got from Nani's Custom Creation on Etsy. I've gotten questions lately about my little paper clip and about the bands that I keep around my cash envelopes and my sinking funds and my planner, and those all came from Nani's Custom Creations. And then these are my wallet envelopes, and I do make those. My Etsy shop's always listed below. But what we do when we do a weekly check-in is we go behind the envelope. So we go past all of these and we go to the calendar section. We're going to go to February because we are kissing February goodbye. And we're going to open up to the last week of February. And as you guys can see, it is completely blank. We're going to fix that today. So I'm going to try, and I may not do a great job, I'm going to try to zoom in ever so slightly because our focus is going to be Friday and Saturday. Now, I had no spends for the majority of the week. These are those new friction erasable pens that I told you guys about, and of course navy is my favorite color, so I'm going to be playing with the navy for right now. But on Friday we had a Walmart pickup order. This was also my middle son's birthday, but we had a Walmart pickup order and a Sam's pickup order, and Sam's was pretty straightforward. And then in addition to that, for items that didn't get put into the cart or into the order on Friday that I had put into the cart, I placed a second pickup order at a different location for Saturday. So there is another Walmart order on that date. Now, I'm going to pick a bunch of the different colors because I have these beautiful pens here that are just begging for me to use them. And I'm going to write in some amounts for you guys. For Walmart, it actually included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different categories. So I'm going to write those categories, and it might look a little bit small for you guys, but I'm going to write those in. There was grocery, and then I'll come down here, and for my weekly, which you guys can't see, but for my weekly, I'll carry that category. Oh, let me see if I can get that to focus. I'll carry it down here into the notes section, and that'll give me my running tally for the whole week. But up here, I'll just add all 7 of the categories, and I know that Sam's also had some grocery items in it, and this Walmart run had, whoops, sorry, grocery in it. All right, so in addition to those, we had pet, and the only time that I dipped into the pet was for this one order on Friday. Then in addition to pet, I had medical in this order on Friday. I had a lot in this order on Friday, so we'll carry pet to the bottom and medical to the bottom. And if you've been watching my videos for a minute, you know that I just recently, as in like a week ago, decided to separate household and grocery. So medical is a new envelope that I'm creating that I funded for the very first time in my cash envelope stuffing for this payday on the 26th. It didn't get very much, but it's a start, and I've started it in the rotation of stuffings for the month of March. So we've got cosmetics, and then we've got households. And I don't know about you guys, but household is a whooping. So I've got household here. I've got household at Sam's. And then I bought, I don't know what category to put it in, so I figured I would ask you guys and you would tell me, and I would know for the next time that I do a video. I bought the 2 packs of, if you watch my grocery haul, you saw that I bought the 2 packs of the friction erasable pens that I'm using right now, and 1 Hallmark gift card. And I used my $20 allowance from the month of February to buy that. So I don't know what to list that under. I don't know whether to list it under my name so that I know that it was my personal allowance, or whether to put it under allowance. I don't know what to call it. What I decided to do for today is to just put it under my name until you guys tell me what to do. And last but not least is a category that you guys are going to see a lot more of, and that is the sports. And for right now, that really is just baseball. In the fall, that will also include my oldest son's football and any costs associated with that. So for right now, these are the categories that I spent out of, literally, y'all, in a 48-hour period, and it's ugly. And when I tell you it's ugly, I mean like ugly. So let's go through and break this down. I'm going to write the amount in this navy blue that is so pretty over here, and this is going to be the amount. It was $421.11 at Walmart. Ridiculous. Then at Sam's, it was $77.84. And then this second order at Walmart right here was, oh goodness, I gotta get my calculator out. It was $51.76. So this is where we're at. I'm gonna run through and fill these in and let you guys know. I did it pre-tax because not everything in our state gets taxed. So I didn't know how to add in the tax. For a $400 order, I paid $15 in tax. So I have to do a better job of figuring out what to assign tax to. But here's what I got so far. So for grocery, the total was $212.12. Don't ask me how that happened, but it just did. So $212.12, and then for pet, we spent $21.62. For medical, it ended up being $14.44, and that was that ibuprofen and Excedrin and Tylenol that you guys saw me purchase in my grocery haul. For cosmetics, it was $11.71. That was for the 2 bottles of facial cleanser that you saw. For household, oh my ever-loving goodness, household. So for household, I spent a total of $76 and 42 cents, I think this says. I can't even read my own handwriting. I'm so old. Okay, and then out of my allowance, I spent a total of is it 17? No, I'm sorry, I'm fibbing to you. It's $18.90. And then for baseball, we spent $52.17. So that is for that Walmart breakdown. And then for Sam's Club, grocery ended up being $36.68. And household ended up being $0. I was supposed to put baseball here. So let me grab my black pen. I'm going to put a 0 for household. And I'm going to put sports because I bought some stuff for baseball. And that's going to be $15.08. Nope. I fibbered. Hang on, guys. I got to get some white out. All right, let's clean up the little mess that I made here. I did have household. We bought a pack of toilet paper. Oh, and this is not the right total here either. So, all right. I was reading the Walmart numbers instead, so let me go ahead and fill that in. The Walmart on Saturday, that was $51.76. My grocery cost was $36.68, and my sports was $15.08. Okay, now for Sam's Club, we spent a total of $21.64 on household, and then we spent a total of $56.20 on grocery. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my trusty dusty calculator here and move that out of the way super quick. We're going to add these up on my calculator and see what numbers, I move this little guy, that we're going to put down here. Maybe I could zoom out just a hair and bring this guy down. Okay, so for our grocery, we have $212.12. Then we have $56.20. Then we have $36.68. So, ooh, that came out even, $305. That's crazy, y'all. For pet, it was just $21.62. For medical, it was $14.44. For cosmetics, it was $11.71. Household was 2 times, so we did $21.64 and $76.42. Goodness gracious. So that's $98.06. For my allowance, it was $18.90. And for sports, we have to add up 2 of those. We've got $52.17 plus $15.08 is $67.25. All right, so let's take a look at this really quickly and review what we have covered. I went over budget in grocery, so this was a definite overage. And February just went like that for me for some reason. I'm so glad to be doing the last week in February and closing this bad budget out, because I didn't do well in February, you guys. For pet, we had the money in the sinking fund envelope to cover the pet expenses. Our medical, we had nothing in that sinking fund because that's a new sinking fund for us. And then cosmetics, we had that in the sinking fund. So let me, by medical, I need to put an asterisk by that one too, because that was money that we did not have in our sinking funds. Cosmetics, we had. Household, we did not have that in our sinking funds. That's the other new envelope. And I guess this just really demonstrates the need for me to separate it out and have that envelope. For my allowance, I had the $20, so I came in with a little bit left over for that. And then for sports, we do have a sports sinking fund, and we did have the money in that sinking fund to cover that expense. So all total, I went over budget in 3 different areas, 2 of which didn't have sinking funds but will moving forward, and 1 of which was groceries. And I will be figuring this out and working on this for March. I can't promise you that I'm not going to go over in March, because I don't know. Some crazy things are going on right now, and life is happening. But what I can tell you is I will do my best. So, in moving forward, one of the things I love the most about Happy Planner is you can just take things out. And I'm so tempted to just take February completely out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put my big zeros in for my no spend days, because there were a few of those. But goodness, if you're going to do it, go big or go home, right guys? So what happens now is it's time to flip over into March. Thank you, Lord, it's time to flip over to March. And what that means is that for March, we go in, and I'm not using red because I'm not even going to set the tone for March that way. We're going to use a really pretty color, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to write in my paydays for March. So my husband will get paid on the 5th and the 19th, and then I will get paid, I'm going to throw some things around. I will get paid on the 31st. And you guys are going to hear my little Shih Tzu over there complaining. So that is what I do with this first page, this perpetual calendar. Every month, I just put our paydays in. And then I will paper clip it open to the page where we're at for that week. And this is today. This is where we're starting. And so as far as my wallet goes, this is the only thing that I could do today or this weekend to set myself up for success for the week. We have already stuffed all of our envelopes, so that is all done. So this is done, and it's going to be put away. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to do with y'all was to show you those 2 new sinking fund envelopes. I know we talked in my cash stuffing video about the need for me to set up those envelopes, and so I'm gonna zoom right back out. Sorry that y'all are sitting there looking at my coffee cup now, and bring my little thingies back in. These are my ledgers. I make these. They are laminated on both sides, and they hold a lot of information. And are you ready for it? So in typical me fashion is household. It's got this really cool rustic background with some pretty flowers on it. I just love it. On the other side, it's got some of the same flowers, and I just think it's so pretty and so appropriate for my household. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a ledger in, but I have money to put in it that we stuffed together. So I'm going to go ahead and pull both of those out. And I've got my little tab on here that we put on when we did our cash stuffing for household, and we have $20. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff this envelope for today, March 1st. God bless. I'm so glad March is here. I do like the bigger ledgers much better than the smaller ones that are in like my wallet size. I'm probably going to have to work on that just a little bit, but I wanted to get these stuffed and ready to go into their envelopes. And then medical. So I figured, how appropriate is it that 2020 has been the way that it is? And, you know, the unicorn is such a mythical, mysterious creature, but yet so, I don't even know the right word. So I chose unicorns for my medical envelope. And in medical, I think we had $7. Yeah, so we've got $7 from medical. We're going to go ahead and fill that out for today's date, March the 1st. We're going to put in our little $7, but every penny counts. You know what? Don't ever feel like even if all you can put in is $1, that it doesn't matter, because every single penny matters. All right, so these two are now in their envelopes. We're going to get them added into my sinking funds binder, which is in this binder. And remember, this is the classic skinny Happy Planner purse, and this is the classic skinny Happy Planner. So I'm just gonna take, sorry about my computer in the background, guys. I'm on lunch break, and sometimes, you know. So I'm going to flip to the back right before the holidays. This is my vehicle tag. So right before I start my holidays, I'm going to add in my household. If I can get my fingers to work. It's hard to do from this side, y'all. And my medical. All right, so medical and household are added in. They are now part of the big, wonderful family of sinking funds. And I'm just going to put this back on. I use this band that I got from Nani's Custom Creation, and it holds all the envelopes, so if I need to flip back here to my notes section, I don't have to flip through all of the envelopes to get there, and it works out really well for me. All right, that's the second thing that we needed to do today. The final thing that we're going to do today is that we are going to do a very brief review of the Happy Planner Budget Extension Pack that I used for the month of February. And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. Just going to move this stuff. I don't know that this is a fair assessment, because February was such a jacked up month for me, and I didn't do a great job of utilizing this resource, but I think I got enough information to give you guys a review. Okay, so hang on just one second. I actually made a couple of small little notes for this, because as you know, the brain, she's so no good some days. So I'm going to flip over to my notes and lay those to the side so that I can go through this with you guys. I have already taken February out, as I said when we were just looking at my wallet. Like, one of my favorite things to do is to be able to just take a month out, especially if it's not been a great month, but I did leave my February thing. So with my Franken Planner, the first section is my goals planner, and there is a budget tab at the back of that. And that's a sneak peek. We can't see that yet. And so then we turn to February, and then when you get to February, you get to the budget extension pack. Now, here's what you know what, Candle? I love you, but you're going to have to go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. The monthly spread. I absolutely love the monthly spread. Love the monthly spread. I think that everything about it was great. The fact that it's just black and white, you can personalize it, make everything your own. I did all my stickers and stuff. The boxes are a decent size. There's a nice sidebar. You could make whatever notes that you want. I love this part. Alright, so when we get into the bill pay, and then I used a second page of bill pay to turn into my sinking funds tracker, there's some things about this that I did like, but most importantly, there was a lot that I really didn't like. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you. This part I actually did use to the full extent. I did not like putting all of my paychecks for the month on one page. I didn't care for it. I thought that I did as good of a job as I could of separating them out and making the lines, and then kind of matching it on the next page to what sinking funds went with each of those paydays. I do not like this layout because I am such a huge supporter of the Budget Mom pages, and I'm so used to using those that I like it to all be like all of it on one page, everything, and it's one paycheck per page. So I used it to the best of my ability as far as using the notes down below and putting everything here. I loved the fact that it had a paid column. I loved the fact that it had a due date, but what it didn't have was a budgeted and actual, and that's really, really important to me. I mentioned it when I set the planner up in the first place. Right here, it just says amount, as opposed to like if you use Budget Mom or some of the other pages, it'll say budgeted amount and then actual amount, and some of them even say difference after that. So that was one of the things about it that I didn't like. You will see that on a different section of this here in a minute, but that was one of the things that I really, really did not like. And again, this whole system, as far as the Happy Planner budget pages, was kind of doomed from the start because February stunk. I mean, like stunk. Like last week's trash. It was a rough month. So I'm hoping that we've got that out of the way and that the rest of the year is going to just go swimmingly. Here's where I failed. So I love these tracker pages. There's nothing about these tracker pages really that I hate other than I had to change a column on my own, and that's fine. Like with any system, you're going to have to make it your own. I just did a really bad job of tracking, y'all. Excuse me, coffee break. As you can see, I sort of stopped tracking around the 17th of the month. Things started happening in my family, and things got a little crazy, and I just stopped tracking. And that's never a good decision. And what I have found is that just like with anything in your life, if you want your garden to grow, you have to give it your time, you have to give it your attention, you have to water it. If you want a relationship to go well, you have to give it your time and your attention and put effort into it. For me, for my diet, with Weight Watchers, if I'm not tracking in Weight Watchers and I'm not giving it time and attention, then it really doesn't go well, and that's exactly what happened with my budget for the month of February. I stopped tracking, and it went in this snowball craziness. This was around the time that snowpocalypse happened here in Texas, and then after that we had some stuff going on in the family, and then it was my son's birthday, and then my second COVID shot, and I got sick and all of that. So it just sort of snowballed into this massive, just horrible after school special kind of thing. But as far as the tracker pages themselves, I like them. I like that you have cash, debit, need, want, and then I added the planned or unplanned. I thought that was really cool. Then when you come over to this page, I used this page. It's supposed to be a savings tracker, which is why it says that right here. I turned this into a master sheet for my sinking funds. I was super excited about it at first because I labeled over all of the columns and thought there would be plenty of room. What I found was that if I'm utilizing, like for Valentine's Day, I had 4 withdrawals out of this account across the month of February. It's Valentine's Day. And what I found was I didn't have the room that I needed to write that in. And I mean, I know for Valentine's Day what it's for, but like for home maintenance, I need to write out what that $28 and what that $54 was actually spent on. So I need that space for me personally. So I did all of that. I highlighted and color coded it to match my master sheet, and this was a master sheet that I made using my midliner highlighters. This page is not part of the budget extension pack. This is just some note paper that I bought on clearance a long time ago. I've had it a really long time. So that's all that this paper is. As you can see, I haven't filled out the back of the savings tracker. And then we get into the budget review. And here's my review, y'all. February stunk. I don't want to go back and look at anything in February. I've had to account for and clean up some messes I made with the budget where we had overages, and I'm done with it. I get here, let's do it together. You ready? Where did I have the most trouble? Well, anything that happened after the 17th. What could I improve this month? I'm going to take that as in March, and that's going to be to not look back and to get back on track and stay focused. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is next month. So we'll use that for next month. And what could I improve this month? I could have tracked better. I could have put more time into the budget and spent more time. But to be perfectly honest with you guys, I really did do my best. And I feel like I spent the time that I had the best way that I could. And I don't really have any regrets about how I allocated my time in the last half of the month. It was people over everything else, and that's what I did. So there are definitely things I could have improved upon. The tracking I could have improved upon. I could have planned a little bit better for how I was going to feel after my COVID shot. There's things I could have done, but I don't feel like any one of those attributed to how wretched the month was. All right, so let's get on to the part of this extension pack that I probably like the least, and that is this month at a glance. So this month at a glance, I think that when I did my original setup for February and told you guys I was going to be using this system, I already knew I did not like this sheet at all. It doesn't follow, for me, the way that my brain works, which granted is not like most people. It just didn't follow a logical flow for me. Like, it just didn't go, like, the Budget Mom sheets make a lot of sense to me, and it follows this natural flow of priorities and how you allocate your dollars. This had nothing like that. There were too many things that were already pre-filled in. I used a ton of whiteout tape on this, and it was really, really hard, even though I went through and color-coded by paycheck which of these dots was going to be assigned to a paycheck. It was really hard for me to go back, and took way too much effort for me to seek out the different colors and to make sure that it matched what I had already done. I just didn't like this page at all. I don't like the fact that the Happy Planner extension pack doesn't come with anything for sinking funds tracking, because I think that by now in 2021, that's such a widely utilized and popular component for people that do budgeting, that even if they don't call it sinking funds, they could call it savings funds or saving funds account or something along those lines, but something that allocates for having more than just one savings account or one item that you're saving for would be something that would be great for them to add in. So that is this page. I tried my best, as you guys can see. I did all of my green. I tried my best to stay on top of doing my actual and my difference, because those are really important to me. What I actually spent and what the difference was that was spent on those things, that is important. And I would like to be able to do percentages as well, as we had talked about before. So on the spending tracker, again, right around mid-February, right after Valentine's Day, and the bottom fell out of the month, and I think we're getting back on track, but we're not there yet. So this, to me, the no spend, I track that in my wallet like you just guys saw me just do, so I'm not real worried about that. The financial goals, next month, next quarter, 6 months, next year, I didn't touch this because to me this is something that says you're going to use this system for an extended period of time, so I didn't use it. And then I think everything else is still blank. Yeah, so everything else is still blank. And so here's my review. If someone has a very, very simple budget where you have minimal bills and minimal obligations, I think the Happy Planner system wouldn't be a bad system, as long as you're not doing like a Dave Ramsey inspired or a Budget Mom inspired budget, because there's no way to track your sinking funds. For what I'm doing, this just didn't work for me, and that's okay. I know that now. There are some components of it that I liked. I liked that monthly spread. I liked the spending tracker. So if I were going to make my own budget pages, I would definitely incorporate some of those things into it. However, if you guys will stick around, I've got another bonus budget video coming out in the next day or two whenever I can get it done, that's going to show you the system that I'm using for March and how I set that up. And I think that by the end of March, I will know enough between the different systems that I have used on whether or not I can go into someone else's system or whether I need to create my own. But I would love any feedback that you guys have. If you saw something that I did in the Happy Planner pages or something I changed that was just like a moment for you, let me know. Tell me what I messed up or what I did wrong or what you think I should have done differently. I'm definitely open to that feedback. Anything that I have, I want to make sure that I make the most out of it. So if I'm using it wrong or doing something that's not what it's made for, then definitely let me know. So until next time, everybody, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're having an amazing Monday. And I'm sorry that today's Set Yourself Up for Success video is a little bit different. Well, it's actually a lot different, and that's okay. For me, success this week meant getting things done that I needed to get done in a hurry. And I will show you guys under meal plans. You guys saw my grocery haul on Saturday. I had a lengthy list of things that I needed to meal prep, and I actually got every single one of these done yesterday, but it was a marathon, and I felt like I was sprinting the entire time, but I did get all of these things done, and because this is what my family needed, this is what I focused on. So everything here got made, all of the food is prepped. I have so much less stress on my shoulders knowing that this is here and ready for everybody to grab. So far today, knock on wood, I've been able to stick to my Weight Watchers. My husband stuck to his. So hopefully by doing this, I met the needs of my family and set my family up for success, even though I didn't have the energy or the time to video any of it to share with you guys. Most of this stuff you guys have seen me make before. If you haven't, please check out my playlist of Cook With Me's or Set Yourself Up for Success videos, because everything on here, with the exception of the chicken soup, is something that I think I've made before. And I'm going to do my best to get back at it this coming weekend and be able to film some cooking and cleaning. I didn't clean any at all this weekend, y'all. The COVID shot whipped my tail, and this was what I got done. And I'm really, really happy I was able to get this done. It is enough for this week, and I hope that you are proud of whatever you were able to accomplish and celebrate those victories from this weekend, and that you're ready to face this week with a brighter outlook and a positive attitude, because this week's going to be great. Whatever's coming, we'll get through it together. So take care, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.